come into a seated position. Separate your feet hip distance. Bring your hips between your heels. So we'll lengthen in the front of the legs, those squats. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out. Reach your arms towards the sky and all the way over your heads. Keeping your shoulders away from the ears. Ribs in. Inhale. As you exhale, twist your right side. Let go of your interlace. Reach your lengthen. As you exhale, lower your left hand onto your knee. Right hand behind your back. Inhale, extend your spine. As you exhale, twist your right side. Come back to center. Interlace your fingers, the opposite thumb on top. Turn your palms inside out. Reach your arms. Inhale. As you exhale, twist your left side. So let go of your interlace, lengthen, and as you exhale, lower your right hand onto your knee, left hand behind your back. Always using inhales to create length and extension. As you exhale, going a little bit deeper into that rotation. Come all the way back to center. Bring your hands onto your mat. Shoulders over your wrist, your hips above your knees, spread your fingertips wide. Index finger, middle finger pointing to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, lift and extend. One round of cat and cow. As you exhale, round. On your inhale, find your long spine. Place your forearms onto your mat, so forearm tabletop position. One round of cat and cow like that. Inhale, pull the mat towards your chest through your upper arms. As you exhale, around. Inhale, find your long spine. Stack your feet back into forearm plank, holding here. Stabilizing that center. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way onto your front. Untuck your toes, pull the way towards your chest through your upper arms. Bring your elbows to the sides, interlace your hands behind your back. On your inhale, lift your chest, lift your toes, lift your thighs. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. Exhale, lower down. Let go of your interlace. Bring your hands next to your chest. Elbows above your wrists. Inhale, upward facing dog. As you exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, shift your weight into high plank. As you exhale, lower down, low plank, chaturanga, push back up, high plank, exhale, downward facing dog position. Let's eat once again. Inhale, shift your weight into high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank, push back up, high plank, exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lower your forearms onto your mat, dolphin pose, both at the same time. Lift your forearms off the mat, both at the same time. Let's eat once again. Lower your forearms onto your mat, dolphin pose. Lift your elbows off the mat, downward facing dog. Let's combine all of those things. From downward facing dog, lower your forearms onto your mat. Shift your weight into a low plank. Push back up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Let's eat once again. Lower your forearms onto your mat. Chaturanga. Push back up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Reversing the movement. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Lower your forearms into dolphin. Lift back up, downward facing dog position. One more round. Inhale, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Push back, dolphin. Lift back up, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Let it out. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Ragdoll position. Interlace your hands behind your back. Slightly bending your knees. So, resting your shoulders for a moment. Gently sway from side to side. Let go of your interlace. Walk your hands to the front edge of the mat. Plank pose. Feet together, knees together. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Shift your weight onto the outer edge of the left foot. Right arm up, side plank. Soften your left elbow, spreading those shoulder blades. Lower your right hand onto your mat. Plank position. Reset. Right hand down, left arm up. Lower your left hand onto your mat. Come back into plank pose. Exhale. Lift your hips downward facing dog position. On your inhale, lift your right leg behind your three-legged dog. Right knee to your forehead, shoulders over your wrists. Step your foot in between your hands. Lower your left knee onto your mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, come up into VINYASA. Extend your left arm in front of you, eagle arms, left arm under, lifting your elbows shoulder height. Let go of your interlace, so let go of your eagle arms, reach your arms towards the sky. Now interlace your hands behind your back, keeping your ribs in, so posture pelvic tilt. Lengthen your spine as you exhale, sinking your hips a little bit slower. Stay here, let go of your interlace. Bend your left knee. So making sure you're not on top of your kneecap, above the kneecap. And then reach towards your left ankle. Keeping your ribs in. Inhale. As you exhale, press your shin into your hands. So now we are opening the shoulders. And then doing the opposite, bring your heel towards your sit down. So you should feel that stretch in the front of the left leg, the quad, the hip flexor. Let go of your ankle, replace your left shin on the mat. Hands onto your mat, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat. Left hand down, right arm up, easy twist. Lower your right hand onto your mat, lower your left heel onto your mat. Heel to arch, right hand on the inside of your right foot. Extended side angle, left arm all the way over your head. Left arm up, flip the palm, bring your arm behind your back, half bind. Maybe adding full bind. Let go of your half bind. So let go of your full binds, hands onto your mat, frame your front foot. Step back into three-legged plank, lower down, three-legged slow plank. Push back up, inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg behind you. Left knee to your forehead. Step your foot. Lower your right knee onto your mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, low lunge. Extend your right arm in front of you. Eagle arms. Let go of your eagle arms. Reach your arms. Inhale. Interlace your hands the opposite thumb on top. Ribs in. As you exhale, sinking your hips a little bit lower. Let go of your interlace. Bend your right knee. So sinking your hips a little bit more towards the ground. Reach towards your right ankle. Now press your shin into your hands. And then the opposite, bring your heel towards your sit down. Let go of your ankle. Place your hands onto your mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat. Right hand down, left hand up, easy twist. Lower your left hand onto your mat, lower your right heel onto your mat. Heel to arch, left hand on the inside of your left foot. Extended side angle. Right arm up, flip the palm, bring your arm behind your back. Half bind, maybe full bind. Let go of your full bind. Place your hands onto your mat, stand back into your three-legged plank. Lower down, three-legged slow plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. From downward facing dog, lower your forearms onto your mat, back into dolphin pose. Lift your, so bring your hips above your shoulders and your shoulders above the elbows. So walk your feet towards your elbows. And then slowly walk your feet all the way back into forearm plank position. Lower all the way onto your mat. Pull the mat towards you, back into Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows to the sides, interlace your hands behind your back. Locust pose, inhale. Bend your knees, reach towards your ankles, press your shins into your hands. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Exhale, lower down. Let go of your ankles, bring your hands next to your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale, let it out. From downward facing dog, lower your knees onto your mat, tabletop position. Come back up onto your shins, camel pose. Hands at your heart center, maybe arms or your hands onto your lower back. Thinking about that posture, pelvic tilt. So now we've done a little bit of warm up, a little bit of stretch for those hip flexors and your quads. And your upper back. Yeah, inhale, lengthen your spine as you exhale. Lift your chest towards the sky. Your head neck follows the movement. Maybe releasing your hands towards your ankles. Keeping your hips above your knees. Long neck. Let go of your ankles, come all the way back up, untuck your toes. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Gently sway from side to side. Shift your hips to one side, extend your legs in front of you. Navasana, boat pose. Exhale, lower down, low boat. Last one, inhale, high boat. Bend your knees, lower your feet onto your mat. Shift your hips towards your heels. Make your way onto your back. Extend your arms in front of you, bone by bone. Bridge position, aligning your knees above the ankles. Lift your hips, lift your chest. Interlace your hands underneath your back. Roll your shoulders under. Let go of your interlace. Reach your arms towards the sky. Bend your elbows. Rotate your hands by your ears. For Urdhva Dhanurasana. Find the crown of your head. And then straighten your arms and your legs. Coming out of the pose, chin to chest. Slowly lower onto your shoulders. All the way onto your mat. And gently sway knees from side to side. Bring your right leg over your left leg. Shift your hips to your right side. Drop your knees to your left. Eagle legs. Extend your arms in up position. Bring your knees back to center. Change to the other side. Shift your hips to your left side. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Twist to your right side. Bring your knees back to center. Shift your hips to your neutral position. Hug your knees toward your chest. Rock up and down a couple of times. Make your way up into a seated position. Cross your ankles. Step float. Make your way back down, facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, shift your weight into high plank. Lower down a low plank. Push back into dolphin. This time, walk your feet towards your elbows. One more round. Dolphin pose. We are adding a forearm balance, which is called Mayurasana. So maybe your hands are here, maybe you interlace your fingers. Lift one leg up towards the sky and line your hips above your shoulders. Maybe the other leg becomes light, and then you can lift both legs. Stabilizing your shoulders. Slowly coming out of the pose, maybe one leg at a time, maybe both legs. Lift your forearms off the mat. Downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or lightly float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Reach your arms towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, hands to your heart center, mountain pose. Bring your hands towards your hips. We are adding a balance. From here, shift your weight into your left foot. Extend your right leg in front of you, like we just did in Navasana. So this is half boat. As you exhale, transitioning into warrior 3, like Hamdol T-shape. Flex your right foot, roll the right inner thigh towards the sky. Slowly start bending your left knee. Find the ball of your left foot. Lower your right knee onto your mat. Untuck your toes. We are back into that low lunge position like we did in the very beginning. Inhale, reach your arms. As you exhale, sinking the hips a little bit slower towards the ground. This time, bend your right knee. So now we are adding that shoulder rotation and a back bend. Catch your right foot from your inner arch. Elbow reaching towards the sky. Like you're doing that dolphin pose. So we've done many of that today. Left arm up. Maybe your left hand joins your right. Inhale, extend your spine, and as you exhale, maybe gently dropping your head back. And then let go of your variations. Place your hands onto your mat, tuck your right toes, extend your left leg all the way back, bend your knee, rotate your left hip open, flip the dog into wild thing. Lift your hips, lift your chest. Maybe you transition into a full back bend from here. And then come back into your side plank. 3-legged dog. Step back, downward facing dog position. On your inhale, shift your weight into your high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog position. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, root to rise. Reach your arms towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center, back into mountain pose. Second side, hands towards your hips, standing on your right foot. So extend your left leg in front of you, flex your left foot. Pivot into warrior 3. Slowly bend your right knee, find the ball of your left foot, lower your left knee onto your mat, untie your toes. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. As you exhale, sink your hands a little bit more to lower. Bend your left knee, catching your left foot from the inner arch. Bring your elbow to the sky. Using inhales to create length and extension, and then going a little bit deeper into that back bend. Let go of your variations. Place your hands onto your mat. Tuck your left toes, extend your right leg all the way back. Bend your knee, rotate your left or your right hip open. In this case, flip a dog into wild thing. Maybe transitioning into full back bend. Come back into your side plank. Three-legged dog. Step back, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. From downward facing dog, shift your hand into your high plank. Exhale, lower down. Low plank, lower all the way onto your mat. So now we are combining a couple of things. So from here, bend your right knee like we just did before. Come up onto your forearms. Catch your right foot from that inner arch. Rotate your right elbow towards the sky. Now we are adding both legs. Bend your left knee. And then try the other side. Full pose, VINYASA. Let go of your ankle. Place your hands onto your mat. Lengthen your legs and lift up into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach your arms towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Mountain pose. So now we are adding that shoulder rotation and that back bend in a standing position. So putting all the things together. Tailbone towards the ground, ribs in. Bend your right knee. Catch your right foot from an inner arch. Rotate your right elbow towards the sky. Keeping your hip bones neutral. So like we did in that warrior three position. Ribs in, left and up. Maybe you're catching your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, counter action. So your foot is pressing, your hands up, pulling. Finding that single pointed focus. And slowly coming up. Shake it out. Okay, let's try second side. One side is always a little bit trickier. So stabilizing first, and then we can lengthen. Let's try second side. Bend your left knee, reach towards your left foot. Finding that rotation. Second side. Slowly coming out. Beautiful. Shake it out. Feet together, knees together. Bend your knees. Chair, inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto your mat. Step back into plank position. So now we're adding a little bit of play, a little bit of challenge, a little bit of balance. Shifting that onto the outer edge of the left foot. Now we're adding that shoulder rotation in this position. Bend your right knee. Reach towards your right ankle or your right foot. Yeah, moving slowly with control. And then let go of your foot. Transition into full back bend. Lower your forearms onto your mat. And a little bit deeper. Come back up into your full back bend with the VINYASA. Come back into your side plank. Downward facing dog position. Take an inhale. Let it out. Okay, let's try second side. Shift your weight onto the outer edge of the right foot. Stabilizing that. Yeah, so in niches, we need a lot of core stabilization. Bend your left knee and reach towards your left foot. Straighten your right leg. And then flip into your full back bend. And maybe coming out, so you come all the way up into standing. Shake it out. A little bit of play. Okay. Feet together, knees together, bend your knees. Chair, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands onto your mat, step floats. Low plank. Hold here. Push back. Dolphin. Walk your feet towards your elbows. Now we are combining that back bend with a forearm balance. So from here, coming up into your pincha mayurasana. Bring your chest to your upper arms, like you're doing Sphinx position. Bend your knees. Chest through your upper arms. At the same time, think about pushing your forearms into the ground and then flip into your forearm back bend. Come back up onto your hands. Back into mountain pose. Bend your knees, chair, inhale. Lower all the way onto your mat. Knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms. Allow yourself to rest for a couple of moments.